All right, so today we're going to be looking at substitution in algebra, right? So far in our series, we've covered directed numbers, we've covered sign integers. We've looked at simplifying expressions, adding and subtracting your expressions. We looked at what constitutes an expression, the terms that make up the expression, and how we could simplify it. Then we looked at multiplying, we looked at multiplication, and under multiplication, we looked at multiplying different variables and same variables, and that's where we use the rules of powers, right? So if you have x by x by x, we know to write that as x cubed. We then talked about expanding brackets. That was the last topic that we stopped at, and we're going to revisit that. I have a short quiz for you to do in class today on expanding brackets. So I'm moving on a bit. I'm moving on now to substitution, which is a relatively easy topic here in algebra. You guys unconsciously have been doing it before. Every time that you calculated speed or perimeter or area, right? That was an example of substitution, right? So for example, if I tell you, given that area of a rectangle is length by breadth, and then I tell you L is equal to 4, right? And B is equal to 5. Okay, sorry, I don't think you all say breadth anymore. You always say width, length by width, right? I remember so in primary school a very long time ago, and teachers back then would have went to school a long time ago as well. So they used to say length by breadth, which is the same as the width. But this is an example, right, of substitution. You would find the area by substituting the number 4 for L and substituting the number 5 for W. And you could then work out the area as being 20. Let's say this was centimeters. We'd say that the area of this shape, which is a rectangle, is 20 centimeters squared, right? So this is no different than what we're going to look at here in algebra today. And I have an example on the screen here for you. And I'm saying here, if x is equal to 2, y is equal to -3, and z is equal to 4, calculate the value of the following. And I have 4 questions here that we're going to work out together first. What we are doing basically is we are actually substituting a number for these variables, right? So you are saying that x is 2, y is -3, z is 4. So wherever in these questions we see x, we are now going to put 2 in that place. If we see a y, we're going to put a -3 there. And then we're just going to work it out, simplify it, right? So let's look at our solutions. First one. Right? So A is equal to 2x plus y. And we said that x is 2. So wherever I have x, I'm going to put a 2 there. And wherever I have y, I'm going to put a -3 there. And then we just back to our directed numbers as usual, right? So I expand this here, or I simplify this here. 2 by 2 is going to give me 4. And I have to work out this sign here. Plus my negative is a -3. And now I could work this out, right? Because there are no more letters involved. They're all numbers. 4 take away 3 is going to give me 1. Right? So when x is equal to 2, y is equal to -3, and z is equal to 4, then 2x plus y is 1. And we could do the same thing for b. Right? We have z minus 2y. Remember, we given values for z, given values for y. Z is 4, right? Y is -3. So 4, and then we work out our bracket. We learn to do brackets. -2 by -3. The negative by negative is going to give me a positive, and 2 by 3 is going to give me 6, right? So I'm going to get 10. Should I probably write this next? I'm a bit of a stickler for writing these things properly. We would not appreciate that until they actually have to correct the work of students and things all over the place. and you're struggling to read what it's student, right? Just to give them a mark. Right, so it should look like this, nice flowing line by line by line. So the examiner can easily see what the answer is and how you arrived at the answer. Even if you get an incorrect answer, your working is there and it's easy to follow along and you can allocate marks to the working. So it's important to structure your work properly. And it's important to develop that habit from now. Right, my Form 1 teacher, he was adamant that you have to write these things in this particular way. And it has stayed with me throughout my entire academic life. So the next one here, again, don't worry if you're seeing plenty terms in this thing here now. Just remember what I told you about your perimeter and your area. Before, you was just substituting a value for L, substituting a value for W, right? If you're doing a square, you're substituting a value for side, right? So again, you just go back to the question. The question would always tell you what value X is going to be, or what value Y is going to be, or what value Z is going to be. It's not that X is always 2 and Y is always -3. Each question is going to tell you what value they want you to substitute for the letters that they are giving you here in their question. So in this particular question, right, this is when X is 2, Y is -3, and Z is 4. Right, very important. I'm stressing on that word, when X is this and when Y is that and when Z is that. Because in the other question, we could change it around. We could say, well, now X is 4 and Y is 3 and Z is -2, right? And then we could get different answers for all of these things again. So it all depends on the values that they give you. What you are doing though, when they give you those values, is you are substituting it into the expression and you are trying to get a single numeral or a single answer, right? 1, 10, right? Just like how you find the area of the rectangle. So I'm going again here. So I am just really rewriting what I have, except where I see X, I'm going to put 2. Where I see Y, I'm going to put -3. And look at the use of brackets. Where I see Z, I'm going to put 4, right? And then my next line is to multiply these brackets out. 5 by 5 2s are 10. -2 by -3 is going to give me +6. Right? +3 by 4 is going to give me 12. And then we just add all of these together. 10 and 6 is 16, 16 and 12, 8, 2, 28. Right? Everybody okay with that so far? Drop a 1 if you are. Drop a 1 in the chat board if you're following along so far. Right, so basically it's kind of copy and paste here. Nothing overly difficult you're doing here for me today. Right, so the next one we had 8x plus y minus 2z. And this is going all over 2x minus y plus z. Right? Remember what we said before, x is 2. And I write that back to front there. Right? Y is -3. Notice the use of brackets, right? Because y is -3. I'm not interfering with positive sign here as yet. What I'm doing is I'm replacing the letters with a numeral value that they have given us. Z is supposed to be 4. So my first step is to replace all those letters with the numbers that they have assigned to the letters in that question. Right? Next, we're going to have 2k minus -3 plus 4. Well, I don't need to put this in our bracket because, right? Well, next line, I'm multiplying everything out. I'm dealing with the brackets first. So 8 2s are 16 A positive by a negative is a negative here. Negative 2 by 4 is going to give me a negative 8. See that? Dealing with the brackets. 2 2s are 4. A negative by a negative here is going to give me a positive 3 plus 4. Right? Next line, I'm working everything on top and then I'm working everything at the bottom. Always work in pairs, right? So 16 minus 3 is 13. I'm looking at it in pairs from the left going across to the right. So 16 take away 3 is 13. And then 13 take away 8 is going to give me 5. See that? A lot easier when you have to add, right? You'll see better here. 4 and 3 is 7. And then 7 and 4 is 11. Everybody okay with that? So that's substitution basically. Let me get some for you to try. Do some simple ones first. Right? Nothing too difficult. And we get into the challenging one. Right? Let's say given. So these are the values I'm giving you for x. X is 2, y is 3, and z is 4. Right? No negative numbers. Calculate the value of easy x plus 5, y plus 3, z plus 2. Right, simple ones. We have negative here, 9 minus x. 8 minus y. 7 minus z. Right, substituted. When we substitute, we could also multiply. So minus 2xy, that's going to be all multiplied together. Minus 2 by whatever the value x is, by whatever the value of y is, and you multiply those three numbers together. All right, let's do another one like that. Negative 3x z. Minus 5y. 10, let's do 3x plus 2y, 11, 2x plus 3z, 12, 4y plus 3z. All right, so same thing as we just did in the examples. You are substituting, right? You're substituting the values given, which is x is 2, y is 3, z is 4. So wherever you see an x, you're replacing the x with a 2 and then calculating the value of that expression. Wherever you see a y, you're substituting 3 for that y. Wherever you see a z, you're substituting 4 for that z. And you are calculating the value of each of the expressions. When you replace these letters with the numbers that I've given to you for them in the instructions above. Everybody understand this? Understand the instructions? So you're going to try these for me. I'm giving you guys, hold on, about 10 minutes. And then we resume. Correct? And look at some more examples. Yes, everybody all right with this?
Yes, sir.
All right. Right, so here's the solutions to our first 12 questions, our first question set. You can check your answers, take a minute or two. All right, pay particular attention to number 7, 8, 9, where you're doing multiplication. With those, notice that I started multiplying from the left, right? If you did the brackets first, that's fine, because remember, multiplication is commutative. But usually I tend to start to work from the left and go this way. So I'll multiply these two first, negative 2 by 2 to give me the negative 4, then deal with this, and then I get to my final answer. All right. Same thing goes here. Pay attention to your signs. Negative 5 by 3 is giving me negative 15, and then this entire thing is being multiplied by 4 to give negative 60. Right? We saw some examples of this type before. Right? So you just solve for each of these, and then you add in your second line, and then you get your final answer in the last line. Is everybody okay with this? Are you guys all right with this?
Yes.
Did you understand? Many people got all 12 correct? 11, 10, 9. Drop it in the chat. Not bad. We're gonna do another set now. Right, so we're going again. Same values, right? X is equal to 2. Oops. Right, so same values. All right, I want you to find for me, find 3xy So these are the questions you're going to do for me now. Right, substitute into this one, get a number, and then divide 24 by that number, and one more. All right, so 10 questions. 10 questions, roughly about 10 minutes or so, and then we'll correct. Sounds good? Right, so this is your second question set. All right, everyone, I'm guessing that you're completed now. So I have the solutions up on the board. Let's see if I could just get all of them to fit here in one shot so you can see everything all together. Everybody could see that? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, so check your answers. Sorry. I don't know if I can make it a little bigger without. I'm missing out part of it. All right, so check your answers. Right, number one, we get 18, number two, 32, number three, negative 24. Right, number four. Number four, 17, 5, 16, number 6, 10, number 7, 16 on 9, number 8, 5 on 3, number 9 would have been 1, and number 10, 8. So tell me if you got all correct. 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10. Right, some of them was a little trickier. 6 is not bad. Right, make sure and take note of the ones that you get wrong. You are leaving it up a bit so you could correct your work, correct yourself. I'm just going to look at one more type of substitution question involving powers. Right, some more example involving powers, and then we would do a bit of revision and have a quiz for you to look at to wrap up the class. Can I move on from the screen? Everybody found their mistakes, copy what they needed to. Yeah, we good to go? All right, so I'm moving on. You'll have the recording and you'll have the class notes as usual, right? So you could always refer to it if you miss anything. All right, so let's get going again. So a different type, I want to look at a different type of question now. Right, so do some more work examples. So first one we want to look at is let's just say I have values of given x is equal to 2, y is equal to, let's say, negative 3, and z is equal to 5. Find a what is x to the power of 4, b what is y squared, c how about y squared by z, and d 2 x to the power of 4, got 4 here, y squared c. Same substitution we do. All right, so let's look at the first one. So again, with substitution, you are ideally replacing the letter with the numeral or the number value that they have given you for that particular letter. So in this case, x is 2. So wherever I see x, I'm replacing with a 2. Now, from our lesson on multiplication, we know x to the power of 4, right? This means you're multiplying x by itself 4 times. So if we replace the x with a 2, 2 to the power of 4 is 2 multiplied by 2, multiplied by 2, multiplied by 2. 2 is being multiplied by itself 4 times. And again, just work from the left. 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8, 8 2s are 16. So x to the power of 4 when x is 2 is going to give us 16. Let's look at the other one. B, right? Y squared, right? Now y is 3, sorry, negative 3, my bad, right? And negative 3 squared means you're multiplying negative 3 by itself twice, right? And a negative by negative is a positive, so pay attention to that. You're going to get positive 9, right? C, we have y squared z, we're combining them now. So you're going to get negative 3 squared, and the value of z is 5. So this is going to give me negative 3 squared, we work out to be 9 before, multiplied by 5 is going to give me 45. See that? And the last one, make some more room for the last one. The last one here, which is our the tougher end of our scale, we have 2x to the power of 4 y squared z. Again, you are just replacing the letter or the variables with the number that they've been assigned or given. And then you are simplifying. Simplifying by means of multiplying, adding, whichever operation that the expression dictates. So we worked out 2 to the power of 4 already, and that was 16. We worked out negative 3 squared, that was 9, right? And 5, right? So we can work from left to right. All right, this is going to give me 2. 2 by 16 is 32. By 9 by 5, right? 32 by 9 is 18. 3 9s are 27. And 1 is 28 by 5, right? 200 by 5 is going to give me 1,000. 80 by 5 is going to give me 400, and 8 by 5 is going to give me 40. So the answer is going to be 1,440. What I did is I just split up the 288 into 280 and 8. And if I'm multiplying by 5, this is an easier way to multiply quickly by 5 without having to do too much working. 200 by 5, 2 by 5 is 10, put back the other 2 zeros. 8 by 5 is 40, put back a 0. 8 by 5 is 40, and bam. Right? 288 by 5, 1,440. Right? So neat little arithmetic trick there. Right? Everybody okay with that?
Yes,
Now,
sir.
one more that I just want to show you, right, with the negative signs, right? I want you to pay attention to negative signs. What do I mean by that? So y is negative 3, right? If I have y to the power of 3, I'm going to get negative 3 to the power of 3. And that is going to be a negative 3 by a negative 3 by another negative 3. The signs, anytime you see this power is a odd number, the answer is going to be negative, because I'm going to have a negative by a negative, which is a positive. And then a positive by a negative is going to give me back a negative. So I get negative 27. Whereas if we have y squared, right? And this power here is even. Then the answer that I'm going to get is going to be a positive answer. Let's try that, test it again. Look at y to the power of 5. That will be negative 3 to the power of 5. So I'm going to have negative 3 by negative 3 by negative 3 by negative 3 by another negative 3. Now follow me here, right? Negative by negative is our positive. But then positive by negative, we give me back a negative. Then negative by this negative is giving me back a positive. And then positive by negative is going to give me back a negative. So once this power, this index here is odd number, right? And the number that you're multiplying by itself is negative, the answer itself is going to be negative, right? Let's see if we could quickly work this out. 3 by 3 is 9, 9 by 3 is 27, 27 by 3 is 81, 81 by 3 is 243, negative 243, right? Look at this, y to the power of 4, negative 3 to the power of 4. Right? Negative by negative is a positive, by another negative is a negative, by another negative is going to give me a positive. Negative by negative is a positive. Positive by negative going to give me a negative. And then negative back by negative is giving me a positive. So, sounds a bit confusing. So better way to think about it. If the power is an odd number, the sign, if the number that you're raising to an odd power is negative, the answer is going to be negative. So this applies only if we have a value here that is negative. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing this if it's negative, right? Positive squared to the power 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, going to give you back a positive answer all the time because it's positive. If I have a negative number inside of here, the sign on the answer varies. It depends on the power. If the power is odd, then the answer is negative. If the power is even, then the answer is going to be positive. Everybody understand that? Everybody understand that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So here is going to be a positive answer. 3 3s are 9, 9 3s are 27, 27 3s are positive 81. Everybody okay with that? Good. So time for your question set now. Was set number 3. Okay. So given x is equal to 2, y is equal to negative 3, and z is equal to 4. All right, easy stuff first. Five x squared Now this last one I've given you, pay attention to how it's written. Remember, it's always look inside your brackets first. Right? Always look inside your brackets first. Good. So this is the next question set. Numbers 1 to 12. Right? You're doing these for me, and then we're correct. And that should bring us closer to the end of our session for today. Like I said, I had a quiz. I'll give you that closer after you finish with this. You do the quiz and then you're free to leave. All right. All right, everyone, here are the solutions to our question set that you were working on a short while ago. All right, check your answers. Number 1, 4, 2, 9, number 3, 16, number 4, 8, number 5, negative 27, number 6, 64, number 7, 20, number 8, 32, number 9, negative 135, number 10, 5, 76, number 11, 32, and number 12, which was a trick question, was 36. Right? Remember, you had to work out your brackets first. So you had to deal with the x by the y before you actually get to squaring it. All right. All right, guys. This would pretty much cover your substitution. Right? This would cover your substitution. I'm going to send for you now a link to a quiz in the group chat. Right? I'd like you to complete this quiz. And then you're free to leave. All right, I'll just get this in a chat for you.